It's the bacon, egg, and cheese show with Lady Love, Bad Bunny, and I go by Miss Lissa. We gon' wake that ass up. It's the bacon, egg, and cheese show, and cheese show. We give you what you need, yo. You need, yo. Every 3 times a week, yo. It's the bacon, egg, and cheese show, and cheese show.
Yeah, bacon, egg, and cheese about to wake that ass up. Girl, who is you playing with? Wake that ass up. Told your big daddy when you wake your ass up. Yo, what is you waiting for? Wake that ass up.
After we do the show, then stop. Then what? Subscribe it like it's hot. After we do the show, then stop. Now what? Subscribe it like it's hot. Now subscribe it like it's hot. Now subscribe it like it's hot. BEC, so subscribe it like it's hot. So subscribe it like it's hot. So subscribe it like it's hot. BEC, so subscribe it like it's hot. So subscribe it like it's hot. Subscribe it like it's hot.
The ladies are in the building now.
Right in my face.
Ooh, welcome to the bacon, egg, and cheese show.
I don't like that. What are you doing?
Somebody's a hater tonight, girl.
Sounds like a cat on a branch, and I don't like it right now. Can you put on a song? I don't wanna hear you out. I don't wanna hear that. It sounds like scratches on a chalkboard. It's annoying my spirit. Please, can you change it?
Now what would make you think that you singing worse than me?
Giving rage. I don't vocals.
Who told you your singing was better?
Everybody that's so hard in the comments that don't want to hear you, please stop it.
Hello, everybody. Top of the week. Top of the week. Top of the week.
Wait, let me just do this and we go. Fellas, there's a jealous girl in our town. Oh, baby.
Go drink some tea. Calm down. Everybody jealous. How I'm gonna be jealous of that, baby? Is you crazy? Is you
Give
crazy?
it vibe. Y'all niggas is haters.
Now we don't want to do that to our ears. You know, you
Yes,
lower in the
celebrating Pride. I see you already.
Vibration.
Shout out to the Rainbow Gang family. What's good with y'all?
Oh,
I got on a bunch of colors today. I look like a rainbow. All these different colors.
Yeah, I got on a lot of colors too. But what kind of?
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to everybody. Share the love, share the live. We just playing. We love to
What up?
Did y'all watch the Verzuz battle?
Now I only saw all of the clips, and it was hilarious. And then somebody, how do you say the guy named Giveon? Yeah, he had a terrible experience at BET. So I don't know if R&B is just taking a bad hit this week. What up, Boogie? But that Verzuz was hilarious.
That Verzuz was definitely.
But the aftermath of the Verzuz is what's giving me even more life. Not people finding the song that Lloyd was taking off of Bedrock, because remember he was taking off Bedrock back in 2009 because he leaked the song and they end up putting Lloyd on there. Or not the rest of B2K coming after Omarion. Let me tell y'all something. That was not a smart move because nobody's coming to see y'all without Omarion. So y'all broke the group up talking about y'all served him his papers. Remember, you understand what I'm saying? And they used the clip from the Temptations. Everybody want to get crazy. But just remember, ladies and gentlemen, are y'all going to see B2K without Omarion? Are y'all going to go see Raz B? Are y'all going to see Little Fizz?
First of all, growing up, we love Little Fizz. I think the collective, we can't look past the fact that Little Fizz was messing with Omarion's baby mother. But make no mistake, we love Omarion, but when B2K was B2K, Fizz was fizzing, okay? The girls was coming out for Fizz. We love Fizz. and J Boog a little bit too.
Yeah, but what
You
about
said what? Today? What about today? You still going to see them?
Not after seeing that show. I'm gonna go see Mario. Oh baby, you
Mario was
got
spicy.
what I need. It's all about Mario, baby. R&B is being resurrected by Mario. I just want to braid his hair. You hear me? Like Mario
got
tilted with a little pudge on his stomach, and Omarion tried to get at him and try to tell him he need to drink water. Whatever you drinking, Mario, you keep sipping, cause baby, we loved it. I didn't watch the whole thing. I saw clips as well, but I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm trying to figure out now why my computer is acting up.
Shout out to DMSG Food. No, they just really did them wrong with that auto tune. You know, this is because back in the day, our singers didn't have auto tune. So if you can't get up there and sing in key without all of that auto tune, then I don't know. This is a new day out here.
Well, they use it. What was his name? Not Boosie Collins, the one with the colorful. He used to have
George Clinton.
Yes, but everybody wasn't using it the way.
But that was they was using something else. That wasn't auto tune. That was the oh man, the vocoder, I think it is. Oh man,
that was the first auto tune. You know, the same way they wasn't using beat makers, they were using actual instruments, and then it became easier. They came out with the MPC or whatever. So before that, they would put it on their mouth. On that set. Now, for some reason, I wish I would have saw this earlier, Luck, because I would have called you. I'm having issues with this MacBook right now. So, you know, you got the list of topics, and we're going to figure it out. I don't know what's going on with this screen. But,
Miss Lissa today.
No, you want to delivering the dish. Now, in the meantime, in between time, everyone, make sure you are following the BEC Show on Instagram at the BEC Show, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We want to get our numbers up, so if you support us here, make sure you also support us.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, let's go into our first topic of today. Our first okay, that's a little okay, that's heavy to start off with. So let's see what else.
You could do the BET Awards. Did y'all see that?
Okay. Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, who took to the BET Awards this weekend? That is whatever she's trying to find that best.
What you doing?
Hey.
I'm sorry. I'm looking for something right now. Sorry.
Help her find you, guys.
All right, well, BET Awards, we can definitely start off with the BET Awards. Okay, that's too much. We can start off with the BET Awards. So one of the funniest things that I realized from the BET Awards this weekend is how hard Carisha was going for her man. Now she's here because Diddy is winning a Lifetime Achievement Award. Now, oh, look at Mike Kaiser. Oh, look at Julie Grunwald. Oh, that's so funny.
Look at JT trying to save her friends.
Okay, so now that is a lot of support. Now, JT was tapping her too. Go ahead, Miss Lissa. We're going to go to Miss Lissa for correspondence.
JT was trying to get her friend to stop looking crazy. She like, friend, okay, it's one thing to support your grand husband, because, you know, it's a big gap in between that, so that's not going to be her regular husband. That's going to be her grand husband, like a grandfather, a grand husband. So as she did her grand gesture for her grand husband, JT was like, calm down, girl. Don't be looking so crazy. And then, you know, Diddy, a.k.a. Love, Brother Love, a.k.a. Sean Combs, who was getting this Lifetime Achievement Award. He got on the stage and thanked nobody other than Cassie. So I want to know, did the sign come down? Like, were you holding the sign and did it just go down slowly when he thanked Cassie for holding him down? That's all I want to know. We're going to go to Lady Luck and we're going to go to Babs Bunny for more people in the comments. We want to know, how did y'all feel? What would you have done, Lady Luck, if you were supporting your boo and then your boo said thank you to their ex?
Well, my boo is sitting 3 feet from me, so I don't know. We got into a hypothetical argument about this last night. But I would like to say, don't be clearing your throat. What I would like to say is that there's a difference in price price, what is it, tax brackets. Now, if you dating somebody regular, you understand what I'm saying? Then, you know, you get upset, you get your feelings, but there is billionaire behavior that one has to understand and accept. You understand? So if Diddy is this billionaire, he's this legend, she's playing her role. Jay-Z didn't do it because Jay-Z is not Puff Daddy, dares to do the videos. So, you know, and Jay-Z went and got married. Puffy told her on the show, we dating. People tell you who they are in the beginning. So if he gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you your show. I'm gonna make sure you pop it. But understand, like, we dating, like, we cool. You know, you might be number one. You might be the number one chick. But understand, there's other chicks. And there are people who have beautiful relationships like that. Like Akon, he just married a new wife. You know what I mean? I lost count. He got more wives than Nick Cannon got baby mamas. There's billionaire behavior. So she want to say, go Papi, and she go viral. That's helping her career. And he get on stage. He must have really hurt Cassie. And he just wanted to send his, you know, Diddy always do that. Like after he lose J-Lo, he want to tell J-Lo. After he lose Cam, he want to say something about Cam. He lost Cassie. Cassie happy. That's what he do. He's toxic.
Well, Bunny, first lady of the street, how do you feel about that?
I kind of agree with Luck on some things. I don't agree as far as with the money. I don't think that when it comes to matters of the heart that money should change that, or like respect. Like, you know, like, oh, I got $1 billion, so I don't have to respect you. I don't agree with that. But
how did he disrespect her?
If she had a problem, because, you know, if she had a problem with it, if she felt like it was disrespectful, I don't know their relationship. I'm just saying, for me, because you mentioned money, and it made me feel like you said, it's different behavior. He's a billionaire. I don't feel like money has anything to do with it. That's all that I'm saying. But now, with that being said, I don't think like it was wrong. I don't think like it was wrong. Like Luck said, that's not his wife. They're dating. And then it's nothing wrong. People have past, yo. And if you in a space, you know, and if he's in a different space and he wanted to thank her on a public platform, because he embarrassed the shit out of her on a public platform. He did that for years. So, like, if you in a different place and you in life and you could look back on things and you could really feel sorry. So I could say he did it for that, or it could have been a shot, because remember, her husband just threw a shot at him, and so he could have been trying to be funny, you know, like like, it's a shot. It's either way. That's how I look at it. I think it's one or the other, but I don't see nothing wrong with thanking somebody for being there for you in your past when you was going through a dark time, just because you fucking with somebody new. That has nothing to do with your past or what this person did for you in the past. And so I don't feel like it's anything wrong with it.
So if you were dating someone that was in the line and they go to get an award, and and you over in the crowd, just, you know, got the sign up, you got the big finger like the, you know, the basketball games, you got everything, and they get on the stage and don't even acknowledge you, they acknowledge their ex. You would be okay with that, Babs, the first lady of the street, Bunny?
Yeah, like, if in that situation, yeah, that's not her husband. And not for nothing, who knows if she ain't hear the speech before. Sometimes people run shit by you. Oh, babe, how this sound? This is what I'm going to say. She could have been like, yeah, thank that bitch. I don't care. Young Miami don't seem like she care. Let me make that clear. So what?
Yeah, I and see, you said something very interesting. You said we're adults. You know, just growing up, I realized, like, you know, when you're in your 20s and 30s, it's like almost that when you get in a relationship, you own your partner now. You know what I'm saying? Or the older you get, you've been with people, you might have slept with people or hung out with people or whatever, and it just didn't work. But that doesn't mean that you got beef with the person or hate the person. And there are times, like for Diddy being 50 years old, Cassie probably was a instrumental part of his life at one time. So, and I'm pretty sure that if they're dating, pillow talk wise, you tell about the people. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not like she didn't know. that Cassie held him down. He had to have told her at some point in time, like, yo, Cassie means this to me. She held me down at this point in time in my life. So I think that's very possible. And if he felt like compelled to say that on the public platform, I just feel like his timing is wrong because he's toxic and he can't help himself. But I felt like, you know, if I knew about it, me, you know, I don't know. I gotta see where I'm at, you know, because it was Beyonce but they not married. You get what I'm saying? So it's like it's a different, you know, it's a sticky situation. It is
it's keeping them both in the spotlight. It's keeping Puff in the spotlight. It's keeping Young Miami in the spotlight. Listen, man, all publicity. That's like, it don't matter. Yeah, I'm going to put up the sign. Oh, wait, he shouted out Cassie. Good for me, because now everybody's talking about me. F everybody else that performed. Okay, they was there to honor Puff, but they're talking about me and my sign that I held. Who cares? I ain't got the Lifetime Achievement Award, really, because this show is about me tonight. Nobody cares about the Bad Boy Classics. Who came out? Young 112, I was about to say Young 12. 112, Young Jock, Mary J.
Yeah, I didn't hear about none of
Kim. Don't care about none of that. All we care about is Young Miami sign and Billy's shoulder pads. That's all we care about.
Well, Cassie has me blocked, so if y'all could just go to Cassie's page and let her know, you know, it's okay.
Shout out to Young Miami. That's how you work them, boo. That's how you work them. When they try to work you, you work them back. When they try to jump on your back, you ride. You let them ride, but you strap them on.
No, but they hold is a little bit petty. So Cassie blocked me, and my tea spilling days. This is why I was being coined the next Williams, because I was messy boots. So I used to go look at the pictures that celebrities would like and comment on. So one Thanksgiving, Diddy posted a picture of him on a yacht with everybody except for Cassie. Kim Porter was there. All the kids was there. The nanny, the nurse, everybody was there. And he captioned the picture, "Nothing else matters." So Cassie liked the picture. So I screenshotted that and I tagged Cassie. I said, was you being petty, or because nothing else matters, you not there? Or do you really like this picture? She blocked the fuck out of me. So you know what, Cassie? We know that you and Diddy have one of them relationships, and Young Miami, I think that Babs is right and Luck is right. I mean,
City girls up.
City
girls are up 10 points right now. The City girls, we done took over the BET experience. Okay, we done snatched the Lifetime Achievement Awards. The City girls are up. Everybody come out with your signs out. That's how you do it. That's how you snatch the attention. I gotta put me first. I gotta put me
first. All right. Well, speaking of dating, there's a story going around about a daughter catching her mother in the bed with her baby father. Let's go to the clip.
Lying, and you just sitting there quiet. You ain't got to say, Mom. Really? You ain't got to say. So you just no, I don't want to hear that. Yeah, I'm gonna put it on Facebook. I want everybody to see the two right here. What they doing in my bed? My bed. I'm still your mother. I don't care who you are. Obviously, you don't care that I'm your daughter, right? No, you over here sleeping with my baby daddy. This my baby daddy. You don't clean. Because I be at work. I be at work. I be at work. Like, you don't treat him right.
I don't believe that.
Okay, so
I think that's a whole skit. I don't even believe that.
Okay.
But that was a skit.
It was a skit?
I know I said if it was a skit, I think it was very believable because, you know, it definitely was good acting if it was a skit. Now, let's say for argument's sake, it's the truth. How would you handle this situation, Lady Luck or Babs, Bunny, people in the comments? How would you handle coming home early and finding your mother in bed with your baby daddy or baby mother?
No,
father,
mother.
What happened?
Now, see, that's wild because I date women. So, like, if I came home and my mom's was in the bed with my girl, like, I got more. I don't know what to do. I'm like, what? I wouldn't probably be able to. Cause I'm like, I don't know if I'm mad at them sleeping together or mom's when did you your orientation or you know what I'm saying? Was so curious this whole time. I don't know if I did like it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't. That is too much. You know, shout out Dolly. She probably punched me in the face for this. But yeah, no, I have
Stereo.
yeah. Now, yeah, I can't speak from a woman, you know, baby mother perspective and all that. I think that is a horrible situation. But man, I have so many questions.
Babs, what would you do?
First of all, I can't pop on my mother. So, like, it's nothing you can really do. That's one of them things you just got to take that L. You can't, what you going to pop on your mom? Like,
Yeah.
nah.
You
Get the
now,
fuck out of here.
um,
Nah, I can't. It's nothing in that situation. Ain't really nothing I could do but cry and be hurt. Because I'm not going to fight. I'm not
Like,
popping on my mother.
cut your mother off?
I'm not cutting my mother off. No,
Would you
I'm
cut your
not.
child off and only limit his interactions to your child and not speak to him?
I mean, the only thing for me and him to speak about is just the child, you know. So whatever him as a father, like, yeah, you know. But he's grimy. I wouldn't want nothing to do with him. My mom's, we really gonna have to. It's not like I'm gonna be like, oh, happy, everything's back to normal. But we gonna definitely have to have a long talk. Like, yo, what is you doing? Like, you dead ass in the bed with my dude. Like, you smashing my man, and then you telling me what I'm not doing for him. Like, come on, I could have hooked you up. You know how many young dudes I know? If I knew you wanted to get smashed, you should have just had a conversation with me, and I would have lined it up for you. But you ain't got to go do that. But it's a lot of guys that have fetish of sleeping with older women, just like these older men, like young girls. It's some guys that have these fetishes of sleeping with older women. Like, if you go on the porn sites and put in like MILF, like, you see older women and the younger guys. Like, it's crazy.
How do you know about these options? You've typed them in?
Well, when you go into the search section, all the like mad categories pop up on the side.
You have checked it out?
I checked out a few categories. I like older women. I don't have a problem with older women. I'm just scared of gray pubic hair. But I don't have a problem with older women though.
I am a MILF. I am actually the leader of the MILF Mafia, but I changed the meaning of MILF to Mom Independently Living Fabulously. And you can check out my column, The MILF Manual, on Hello Beautiful, and they just brought more articles out after the show. Make sure you watch this whole show, though. Don't do it right now. So shout out to all the MILFs. Babs is a MILF, and Luck is a ILF. She's an aunt.
Now, I ain't with none of the acronyms and stuff. Like, I'm just fly, you know what I'm saying? Speaking of MILFs and all that other stuff, you know, trying to be like Miss Lissa. Claudia Jordan says Russell Wilson is what black men were like before it became cool to be ignorant, and says Future is jealous. Let's see, let's go to the clip.
Russell Wilson, to me, is a throwback to how black men used to carry themselves before we got ratchet, before we started praising the lowest of the low, before we started like thinking it was cool to be dumb and ignorant and like purposely misspeaking, misspelling, sounding ignorant and dumb. Before we started praising the lowest of the low, it reeks of low self-esteem as a culture. To say, oh, this is black if you're ignorant, but when you're not, we equate that with being white. So we're gonna give that to the white man, like they have the exclusivity rights on intelligence and class. But shouldn't we be like, yo, he's with us. You ain't black enough because you use proper English. So we really are saying that we're not capable of elevating, but then these are the same people that want to be referred to as a king, and then you have one actually treating a woman as queen and actually carrying himself.
She's very well-winded, so it goes on.
Yes.
It goes on for a minute. I don't know if I agree with her, but I understand what she's saying. We definitely glorify terror culture. You know, I stopped listening to rap music as much as I used to. Cause I'm tired of people yelling at me, telling me I'm a bitch all day. Or I'm tired of people telling me that they're gonna sleep on my girl all day. Every rap song in R&B, I'm with bitch. I'm like, what if that's really the truth? Like I remember when somebody's girl is at this party. You know, I used to get in my feelings, you know, and I'm a flirt. You know, like I'm tired of people telling me what
Now to see me walk up in the club.
like,
What? That's
girl.
my
You know,
shit. You in trouble. You in trouble. That song, come on. I ain't gonna hold you. You in
yeah,
trouble.
or that, you know, I love your girl. You know, I got tired of hearing people tell me that stuff. I'm a bitch and bitches ain't. So I don't really listen to it like that anymore. So I definitely understand where she's coming from because it's gotten more and more ignorant every day, you know. But I think there's a lot of good men out there. I don't know, I'm gay.
Yeah, they already got wives, don't they?
Mm. Yeah, so I mean,
The men, where are y'all? Don't see you. Other than Mario, I see you, baby. So let me know what's going on. I'm
right, like this. It's like this, right? It's like this, right? Like we attract a certain type of people. I understand that. Like at one point in my life, I was I was attracted to a certain kind of person because that's where I was at in my life. So you know, like I know that women equate nice guys with being soft or nice guys being corny. You get what I'm saying? And then now these guys who are corny to the black women, they go and date outside of their race to where they feel accepted and their, you know, personality won't be scrutinized, you know, because sometimes maybe they're not gangster enough or they don't listen to the same type of music enough, you know. So I definitely feel like it's on both sides.
I love Corny.
I do
Corny have good credit.
I love a nerd.
Corny have good credit, okay? Corny has like manners. Corny has compassion. Like I like a little corny, but I don't like punkish. Cause you don't have to be a corny and a punk, you know? So I love a corny fighter. I love a corny fighter.
What makes somebody corny though? Like what makes somebody like because they don't have felonies or because like is it their style?
No, it ain't your. It's not.
Educated man. I like a man that could teach me something. I like a man that could read out loud without using his finger. I don't like men that have bad grammar. Like I was talking to this guy and he texted me. He's like, "Don't." He was like, "How's your day going?" I was like, "It's a little overwhelming." And he was like, "Don't worry, I'm here for you." But he put HEAR, child. No, you're not. No, you're not here for me. No, you're not. And after that, I was like, we can't do this. I can't hear you.
Corny is to I think, you know, to the person. Each person that have their definition of what they consider to be corny. You know, I would say that. So, cause some people might think being a nerd is corny, but I'm a nerd on the low. You know, so I like that. I like being with nerds because, you know, I want to talk about certain things and then they could educate me. I don't like talking to somebody or I ask a question and they like, I don't know. So I'm like, so we both just don't know. This ain't gonna work. We both can't be walking around not knowing. You know what I mean? I'm like, come on. So for me, I take the librarian over the entertainer. Like, you know, that's just me.
I want to take I want to, just like how she was saying, like, you know, ignorance is associated with being black and being articulate and educated is associated with being, you know, white. I want to change the definition of nerd and change the different definition of corny because of the things that we're explaining, because I know I'm one fly bitch, like straight up and down, you know, but I read and study more than the average bear. You get what I'm saying? Like, I've lived the life of being in the club and all of those other things. Do I find it corny to stay home and not party? No, because we've glorified things that are not cool. I was in rehab at one point in time. I had to because these charges I had caught, right? And I had to go to AA and I had to go to NA. I had to do 30 visits, right? Don't ask no question. So At one of my AA meetings, I realized I'm an alcoholic according to standards. But in our culture, we, you know, in the hip hop culture, in the culture of, you know, just entertainment, we've glorified being alcoholics. Like, yo, going out every night and having a drink, or having a drink, you know, as often as we did before, that's alcoholic behavior. And that's what they was explaining to me at this party. But I mean, at this thing, but I didn't understand that I'm an alcoholic. I'm here having a good time. This is what the rap music is talking about.
Well, Luck, you know I could be corny at times. I like to sit up and watch documentaries all day.
Yeah.
I watch the History Channel for hours, the Discovery Channel. Like, so somebody might chill, think it's going to be lit. You might meet me and be like, oh, I'm about to turn up with Babs. I'm going to roll up, pour a drink, and turn on the History Channel. What we doing? Like...
No, lovely. Yeah, lovely. Insta Edge, what up? No, lovely. Yeah, I definitely had me some dark alcoholic days during the pandemic. But I'm talking about before the pandemic. I caught my charges like 2000 something. I'm talking about like 18 or something like that. Like, I'm talking about this before the pandemic, when I had got in trouble. And it was like a, you know, a thing I had to go to AA. No, maybe it was 2013. I think that's when it was. I'm not sure. But bottom line is, by textbook, I was an alcoholic at this time. Like, we go in the club, and when you pop a bottle of champagne and you take it to the face, that's not cool. But we've glorified overconsumption of things. Like, we glorify being drug addicts. So, like, it's the guy, I think it's corny for people to be, you know, doing so much syrup and popping so many pills, but the culture has glorified that. So I just want to change the definition of what we think is corny and what we don't think isn't.
Yes, because let me tell you, there's a lot of people that don't even want to talk about the stuff. I be talking about it with Lissa and Luck. Like the other day, Luck was like, yo, I was watching the History Channel. I was like, see, I told you. Did you see the story about the gum?
No, not yet.
First of all, I can't remember this guy's name. All I remember, their last name is Black. Okay? And they are the people, they actually invented what we know of as gum today. They actually invented that. But what's so crazy is what they also invented was the vending machine. So he invented the vending machine so he could sell his gum. He came up with this machine so he could put it in the train stations, and people would be able to buy gum while they wait for their train.
Fire.
And that's what we know today as the vending machine. So it wowed me to be like, wow, that's why, and then bam. So there you go. But I'll tell a story. And the first flavor of gum was licorice.
Ew.
I think saying corny is actually a part of racism, because knowledge is power. So why is it that we glorify ignorance? So we
I think that's right, though. I think that corny is subjective, because what's corny to other people is not corny to me. So a man going to jail is corny to me. I told you I have a different definition. So I feel like the hip hop definition, or like, you know, but I feel like what Bab said earlier is true. Like, everybody has their own definition of what corny is to them. If you got a bad relationship with your child's mother, I think you're corny. If you think you're going to talk bad about your baby mother to me, you corny to me. Like, I don't want to sit there and hear that. If you're going to call me gossiping about people, that's corny to me. So I think that everybody has their own definition of corny. I think that, you know, like I said, somebody that's educated is so lit to me. If I can sit and be quiet, like just now, just listening to y'all, that's amazing. Because I can talk a lot. So anybody that can get me to sit down and be quiet, you're not corny. You're a goddamn...
Me too.
You're a fucking genius.
Yo, somebody asked, was the inventor of gum black? African American. No, he was not. He was not African American, but it was still interesting. When I'm looking at these inventors, I'm not necessarily looking at them because of the color of their skin. I'm just wowed, and then to see how it grows and how it changes the whole world, how one person idea, because, you know, we have ideas. You know what I'm saying? And then to see these people bring it to life and it shifts the whole world, it's like amazing. But let me say this, Luck, real quick, before we switch topic. I don't think being a nerd is like somebody thinking that it's a black thing, because the movie Nerds was a white movie. And you got white kids that pick on kids that they consider to be nerds too, and they treat them a certain type of way, and they tell them they can't sit with them because you're not a cool kid. And, you know, a lot of the white kids, they was hanging it up because of that. And, you know, so I don't think that it has anything to do with race. But I hear you when they say, oh, you think you, when black people will be like, oh, you sound white. Like, that's kind of crazy, because there's some white people that they don't sound like they read. Like, and that's why, yeah, like they sound real crazy. Like,
now hold up. Now hold up. There are white girls who talk and sound like they're black. And it's not because, you know, it's like a certain pronunciation of words that black people have, and a certain tone and voices. Like, I could be on the phone with the bank or anybody, and I know what you are. Even if you're very articulate or whatever it is, you know. But I can tell who's who when I'm on the phone. I'll be like, "Oh, girl," you know what I'm saying? Like, when it's my people, I be, you know, going all the way with it. Now
that's if I put on my job interview voice, you would know that I wasn't a white woman.
No, I know that you're black. It's something in pause. Yo, shout out DY5. It's something in the voice. Like, and next time I you know, I challenge you guys the next time you're on the phone, because most of the time I know the nationality. You know what I'm saying? It just, you know, like I don't know if it's the bass in the voice of some of the men or things of that nature. Now, once in a while, you'll catch my ass, you know, but for the most part, I know who's who. And when they say you sound white, maybe it's not because you're articulate, maybe it's the way that you're pronouncing your voice as well. Because, like, you know, like, white people, they might, you know, like, you get what I'm saying? Like that.
Yeah.
So
I have a little like that I feel like we're going to do a test for you. I'm going to have a couple of people. I'm going to turn my screen off, and we're going to test your ability to detect what race the person is. But I know for me, growing up in Hell's Kitchen, but my family is from Harlem, when I would go to school, the white girls, the mixed girls, they would tell me that I didn't pronounce my words properly, especially something. I think I used to say something. So that specific word, you said, like, this one girl, she used to tell everybody, come here and listen to how she said something. But then when I would go to Harlem, the girls told me that I talk like a white girl. And I'm like, nah, the white girls told me I don't even say the words properly. So I just feel like what you're saying is true, but it's also what you said earlier is true. Like, let's not, you know, objectify or make it about race when people speak properly. But yeah, there are certain elevated tones, because they say that most black women have like right now I sound like Pop Smoke. They say most black women have that like a little deep tone in them, you know. Rest in peace, bitch, sound like Fabio Foreign right now. But it's also because
even the girls with sexy voices, like, it's just something I can't explain. But I be not now. Sometimes the Asians catch me, because sometimes you'll get an Asian like China Black, and you don't know whether he, you know what I mean, you don't know what set he is. The Asians that grow up with the black people, like my man Jin, he sound like he, you know. But then you have the grew up with the Caucasians, and they sound like them as well. You know what I mean? Like this, it's just I guess it's the pronunciation of the word. I don't know what it is. All right, but as we switch the vibe up, one of the topics that we wanted to cover today, in Atlanta, a customer shoots Subway employee after argument over too much mayo. One woman dead, another woman hospitalized. Let's go to the news clip for more.
Too much mayonnaise, if you can believe that. Channel 2's Justin Carter is live at the scene downtown on Northside Drive. Justin, the owners say the victims, they were model employees.
Fred, I mean, it's just unbelievable. It kind of makes you shake your head. Yeah, the owners told us that it was two young ladies who were shot all over making a sandwich for someone. One of them lost their life. Let's set the scene for you. Here's the scene right now. You can still see caution tape surrounding this building. Obviously, it's closed right now. There's
investigators say the shooting was all over.
That right there is very disheartening. And what I don't understand, one thing that's very difficult for me to understand is that you have so many stories like this over senseless shootings. You have all of these school shootings, and the Supreme Court decided to say, "Hey man, all y'all can have some guns." You know, I know we're gonna sit here and focus on this, but the Supreme Court is wilding, and I don't know if we put any of that in the topics today, but man, ladies and gentlemen, hide your wives, hide your kids. Okay, I'm a little scared.
Not letting abortions happen at all.
Well, let's not have that topic here because I'm pretty sure it could get hot. And if we wanted to have a Roe versus Wade show, you know, then I think that should be.
I don't even know. Not me. I'm not on that one.
Because I have my opinions on it, but that's just me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
me too. So I'm not.
yeah, I don't want to come for my
Now,
head.
maybe it wasn't Hellman's. Maybe they put too much Miracle Whip, because that's a nasty mayonnaise. But there's no reason to be killing people over too much mayonnaise on your sandwich. This is definitely a mental health issue, and that's something that Lady Luck is always talking about. This is beyond just, you know, the guns. This is mental health problems. Like, what are you?
We all got mental health problems. I'm getting tired of hearing that, though. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, and I just think that, yeah, I'm starting to think we're in our final days. But I'm just it's mental health. Man, this shit is crazy. And I ain't gonna hold you. Like, yo, yeah, it's just crazy. It's just crazy.
Well, okay, you know, I'll get to that living in the end days thing right in a second, but just the fact that any and everybody can get their hands on a pistol nowadays, and it just goes back to what they were saying about the definition of corny. So I was in jail, and one of the things that people like to discuss, everybody sitting around in the jail room or whatever like that, and we discuss why you're here. And I've been in there where girls will exaggerate. Like one girl said she blew up her family's, her ex-boyfriend's house. And then when the newspaper come out there Sunday, she just blew up the mailbox. You know what I'm saying? You pass around your charges. Now, besides the fact that you threw your life away, not for not even getting money or somebody protecting your family or anything over mayonnaise, and you have to share that story in jail, they're going to treat you different. You get what I'm saying? Like, bitch, you threw your life away. Like me, I'm in here, I murdered the guy who kidnapped me, or I was doing this and doing that. You know what I mean? Just the fact that you threw your life away, you affected your whole family's life. We don't know if this young lady has children. I know that she has a mother, you know, whatever, friends, whoever you have in your life, you threw that away because you lost your cool over Now, I'm pretty sure it wasn't, yo, you put too much mayonnaise, bow. I'm pretty sure, like, it was like, yo, bitch, you put too much mayonnaise, and it escalated, and then, you know what I mean? But that's what it stemmed from. And I just feel like this country, we in a really scary place right now, you know. I'm not going to say the world, because I can't say these things is happening in other countries. You know, I know that focusing on America, we are going, you know, through some dark times over here. But now, you know, so funny. Hey, mommy, you know, so funny. Me and my mother was having this discussion the other day about the world is getting worse. No, it's not. We actually live in better times than our ancestors, because back in the day, you and your boys could get on 100 horses and go kidnap people from the next neighborhood, burn it down, rape, pillage, pilgrimage, whatever the word is, steal all their spoils and say you did it in the name of your God. You know, so there's certain things that can't be done nowadays that, you know, back in the day, it was just that we thought that society has evolved from the things that we were doing back then, and apparently not. But the world is not.
I'm like, I feel like there's nothing has changed. Now there's cameras on it. So yeah, they back in the day used to go rape and pilgrimage and do. There just was no cameras, but there are still people going into grocery stores, violating people and getting away with it in the name of whatever their policies are. There's still people that are being violated for the color of their skin. It's just that, you know, it's better as far as technology, and it's better as far as, like, you know, jobs and certain things. But when it comes to people and their ethics and people and their racism and just certain issues, it's the same. It's just that now that we have the cameras on and we have news channels and we have, you know, more Black people in a position where we could, you know, highlight our issues and also fight for them. That's the only change. But I feel like it's still happening.
I'm just
but what do you
terrified.
Skip Babs.
I'm just terrified at the fact that we can have so many issues with guns, and instead of cramping down on the guns, and instead of the government like outlawing certain things, they say, nah, everybody go get one. I'm just like, my mind is blown by this. Like, New York has one of the toughest gun laws, and you know, they're one of the states with the toughest gun laws in the country, and it's been like that for like 100 years or something like that. And now they're like, nah, y'all can get guns in New York, and people are dying over Subway sandwiches. I don't want to go outside, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I stay in the house. I do my podcast. I'll do my videos. I rap for y'all from home. You know, I'll do everything virtually because it's nuts outside, man. It's nuts.
Yes, and I seen the documentary on the guys who created Subways, and I think this is ridiculous. I think that when they created it, if they knew that they mayonnaise bottles was gonna cause this pain, because they actually do squeeze out a lot of mayonnaise when you ask for mayonnaise, they squeeze.
And yo, I got a sound effect.
Young Miami.
Child. Anyway, so
What? Not the mayonnaise bottles do squeeze out too much.
Babs.
No.
Babs.
Don't
I'll
do
be
it.
like,
Don't do it.
I'll be like, okay, sorry, okay.
The ghetto.
I miss Blimpie sandwiches. Blimpies that used to be.
Blimpies was the first. Blimpies was the first hero shop ever.
I miss them.
And then Subways came and stole it. They stole the whole idea. And they said, you know what we gonna do? We gonna let people choose what they want to put on their sandwiches.
Well, I will say I stopped eating Subway years ago when I found out that they was using the same chemicals and from the carpet that makes the carpet fluffy. And I stopped eating Subway years ago when I found out there was a lot of things, especially they processed meat and all of that.
Yeah, the tuna have tuna in it, right, Luck? The tuna is not even tuna. Like, it's like not even real tuna. They were saying it's like 3% tuna, and then 97% we don't know.
Yeah, and then they say you're giving you a foot long, but it's not really a foot long. It was like, nah, that's just what we named it. I started eating Subway years ago.
They got a Blimpies out here. I drove past one. I was like, wow, look at Blimpies. I should have got out and took a picture in front of it.
No, I definitely went. Barry want to come in on this Roe versus Wade. We not.
Barry, please bring Barry up. Real quick, please.
He can come up, but Luck said we're not doing that topic, so we're gonna have to bring him on another day. But if he want to talk about any of the other topics,
we could touch on it real quick. I want to hear this man's point of view.
Not a real quick.
It's not all right. Sorry.
It's not a real quick. And what up, Barry?
I was gonna be real quick.
Nah, let's go.
Our favorite man, we love him.
Who won it?
Barry,
with you all day.
I can't
Who won it?
Welcome to the show, Barry.
Who won it?
Hi,
Let's go.
Barry.
What's good, Babs? How you?
I'm great, Barry.
Hello,
What's
Barry.
good, Liz?
How
What's
are
good?
you? Welcome back.
We
We
about
missed
to
you.
go in.
Huh?
Luck said we ain't got time for that today.
No, we got definitely time for that. For real, I'm blazing. Anybody who want that, we got that. This is the views of conservative black man. My name is Barry Bondz. Come see me on Facebook at The Black Republicans. Let's go. Who want it? We want to talk about guns. We talk about guns. We need to ban the nigga mentality so that we don't sit up here and have all these guns going around to the wrong people. All right? If we don't have no guns, how are we going to defend ourselves from any type of evil that comes our way? But dude step up on me right now. He got the gun. I'm praying that this lady down the street right here got one in her purse so she can go ahead and blick this threat and get the threat up out of here.
So you're here for
What's that?
So you agree?
I can't hear you, look. You're breaking up.
Go ahead, listen.
I'm out here 5GU. I'm out here 5GUW. You know what I'm saying? I'm 5GUW. You know what I mean? That show's good.
All right, so you're here. We're here for the guns. You agree that everybody should own their own pistol?
I believe that people need to have pistols because, one, you come up on me, I'm hoping that somebody around me is going to have one to lay you down. If not, then we're going to be held hostage by all of these thugs and criminals that's out here who are possessing them and doing wrong with them. We need people, because I can't call the police. You call the police, what they going to do? They're going to come, and especially here in New York, they're going to come an hour later. You're going to be dead, and rigor mortis is going to be set in before they even come.
So why don't you have a pistol? Because you are legally able to have one right now. Why can't
I'm not. You can't have one. The waiting list right now is over, 18 months if you're trying to get something here in New York. I had one. Remember when I came up here and I was about to live with y'all? I had one up under my seat. I came up here, brought it across the state lines. If I would have been caught, I would have served all kind of jail time. You know what I'm saying? We admonish the law. We follow the law around here. We do. And I feel like that's what we need. Now, look, I saw Kevin Liles earlier. Kevin Liles is out there. He got some little lame little thing talking about protect black art. I'm like, if that's what we talking about, protect black art, is robbing, killing, shooting, and killing black people, and that's black art? Come on, man. We so lost. We way over there somewhere. We way over there. But see, the thing is that when we get a mind to start thinking right from wrong, and we start thinking what's going to help our race to be better instead of just going along with whatever's cool or trendy for the times, then we'll get further along as a people. But right now, our minds are too caught up on that ratchet bullshit. I don't want to be around nothing that's ratchet. I'm telling you, the whole ratchet mentality is killing the black race.
But Kevin, I went to this conference, and he was saying that when he was talking about protect black art, he means everything, including black people, because
Barry, mute your phone until you're ready to talk. Go ahead, listen.
So yeah, so Kevin Liles was saying that he's not only just talking about, like, you know, black art as in the music or, you know, physical art. He also means black people, you know, because we are God's art. So he means there's just the culture as a whole. That is the art. So when he's saying protect black art, it's beyond just the music or making sure that you protect your intellectual property. It's about, he's working now with Al Sharpton and the Action Network to really start putting, you know, more work into just protecting our culture as a whole.
This is not directed at Kevin, because I love
No, I'm just saying because he said.
I'm about to say what I'm about to say.
Okay.
But a lot of people before us are full of shit. A lot of artists and labels were detrimental to the black community. They have pushed poison in the black community. The same way that you eat junk food, McDonald's, and we drink these sodas that we say are specifically made for the black communities, is the same way this music influences us. See, people worry about what they ingest in their mouth, pause, but what about what you are ingesting in your ears and in your eyes? There was a time where a pastor I knew said that my ears are not garbage cans. And what happened is, us as younger people, we were all here involved in it to whatever degree. But the music music has been around forever, to the point where Jesus said, God said that Lucifer was able to sing every octave at one time. Music changes the mood. Music changes when it affects your vibrations, because it's vibrations going out. We're made of relatively all water, so music changes your mood. So when you are specifically pointing to these people and telling them all day long in every song, bitches ain't shit, we're gonna get this money, we're gonna take these drugs, and you are putting millions of dollars behind it, and then you have life insurance policies on these artists. There's so many record labels with life insurance policies because they are expecting these artists to die. Nowadays, they are signing rap artists who, that you gotta be real. One of the requirements is you have to bust your gun. You have to have a record. These record labels are going to look for these lost children who maybe grew up in the ghetto and did not have an opportunity, who were influenced by the music that these older people were putting out. I remember rap songs where they was talking about bitches ain't shit. And then the boys in my school started treating these girls like bitches ain't shit. But because the popular opinion wasn't prophylactics, these boys having sex with these girls raw, and then these girls is having children, and these girls weren't mentally ready to have these children. These girls stole every opportunity from themselves in life. Now, there are women who have children at a young age and flourish, but you are stealing opportunities from yourself. You're making your life harder because you got this mouth to feed now. You understand? So now these children grow up in these homes, especially if these women are still affected by what they've heard, because they've been told they ain't shit for the last 30 years. For the last 30 years, rap music has been telling me I'm a bitch. Me and my bitches, I'm not shit. I don't want to hear nobody telling me about save, protect black art when you have poisoned the community.
But is that
Latifah said, who you calling a bitch?
A gangbanger after killing and doing all these things, now going back to the youth and trying to right their wrongs? Is he not trying to right his wrongs?
I'm the drug dealer. I sold drugs to all y'all parents. Your life was affected by me selling drugs. I get locked up, I go to jail, and now I'm gonna come home and try to help the kids. I'm fucked up already.
Redemption, like God forgives, and God says that it's never too late to step into your purpose. It's never too late to say, I want to be better. I did wrong now. So
of course,
are we not going to accept the fact that?
Of course. But look, watch this. This is something that I learned one day, right? Here go a nice piece of paper, right? I'm sorry. Now, I could unwrinkle this piece of paper, but this paper will always be wrinkled. I'm sorry.
Tell him, Lord.
I said sorry. There's nothing I can do right now to get this paper back to its original state, even though I apologize for wrinkling up that letter from the IRS.
But you can put powerful messages on that paper, and you can change the narrative. That was one. Now the paper it started off blank. You can actually start to pour substance on it and
put something. I'm a multi-millionaire from destroying the communities. Y'all be talking to me, and see, here's the thing. Like, people coming for my head when I was talking on Neighborhood Watch, when I was saying that integration in our schools is one of the worst things that's ever happened. See, what happens is we are so poisoned by our own narratives that we share in our community. Don't tell me about racism. I know racism exists, but guess who hate me more than crackers? You, my brothers and sisters. So before we go out here and talk about what the other people is doing and oppressing us, why don't we fix the inside community? You know how I liken it? I liken it as we living at home, right? And you are my lover and you treating me bad or whatever. I don't even know the analogy I'm trying to make. I forgot how it goes. But bottom line is, we have to fix our home first before we worry about other things. Yo, I said like that. I said integration is one of the worst things. People, I had the nerve and audacity to tell this educated black woman, okay, that I didn't know what I was talking about, and my statement was ignorant. I said, so you want to send your children to your oppressor and let your oppressor? We talk about all this racism in America, and then you're gonna send your children to your oppressor school. But and they telling me it's reverse racism. I said, but it's okay for the Hebrews to have their own school, right? It's okay for every other nationality to have their own education system. But when it's time for us, that's the dumbest thing you ever heard. No, black woman. One person said, I'm speaking from knowledge of experience. I'm not talking about experience, bitch. I'm talking about what was purposely done. Your black children go to school, and the first thing they learn about themselves is they was a slave. Mentally, what is that doing to a child? Subconsciously, while you telling the white kids, hey man, we came in, we bought this land together, we did great things. You are already thinking that you are great, you are part of a great lineage. And I'm not against racism. I'm not for racism. I don't hate white people. I don't hate black people. Y'all know y'all get mad at me because I say all lives matter, and I won't even claim a race because I understand the ignorance that comes with claiming a race. It's part of the game that's being played. But I don't want to do this thing on the public platform because I don't want nobody to shoot me and think that I'm trying to come out here and wake niggas up. All I'm just simply saying is we got our heads so backwards, we got our heads up our ass so bad that we don't even know left from right. I'm going to come pump drugs in the community and I'm going to come back with turkeys for Christmas and people going to say I did good.
That's a fact.
I break up black families. I break up black families. I break up black families. I kill black people. I kill my own people and then turn around and say, let's protect them.
So where does the change happen? If he's now acknowledging his faults, not even whomever.
I ain't want to make this about Kevin. I ain't want to make this about Kevin.
Whomever. So as a whole.
It's time to change the algorithm.
As a whole.
And that's what Beyonce and Drake are attempting to do. They're attempting to change the algorithm.
Take that. If you want to save black, you want to save it, start putting out the music. If you really have redemption and you really feel, I'm talking about brother love, all of them. Y'all niggas ain't fucking with me anyway, so fuck it. I'm talking about all of y'all. All of y'all. Ain't none of y'all niggas calling my phone, so I ain't calling your phone. I'm not kissing your ass. I'm doing a gospel album. I don't need you, nigga. But what I'm simply saying is, put out the real music then. If you took out the cookie jar, put back in the cookie jar. So if you feel like save black art, stop putting out that music, killing our people, and put in the music that will help us.
It's a lot of conscious rap. What happened to the conscious rap? What happened to the? If you think it ain't rappers that's preaching, that's rapping the same thing Public Enemy did. They had back in the day, they brought all the rappers together to do a record called Self-Destruction, yo. All together. Like it was rappers that was like, we not even wearing gold. They was wearing beads and shit. Like, fight the power. Like, it was people that pushed it. They had the same platforms that the other rappers had. It wasn't like, oh, we're not gonna give you a platform. They had the same exact platform. You can hear a Public Enemy record and then turn around and hear another rapper talking about dancing or fighting or whatever, but it was a balance. Like, that's why the KRS-One was able to move, and they was wilding back then. This is before cameras was everywhere. So imagine how they was giving it up. Like, I was in the park, when I was playing in the park, it wasn't the way it is now. It was crack valves in the park I was playing in. Needles in the park that I'm playing in. I'm trying to run through the park, and there's crack on the floor.
Now the rappers are junkies. Do you see what I'm saying? Now the rappers are in and out of rehab. And of course, the white people too. Yeah, but that wasn't our thing. Rappers is ODing from drugs. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Look, we can change the algorithm. We can change the algorithm of hip-hop. Totally. And that is just the people have to be in a mind to change or want to change the algorithm. That's it. Once you change it. Drake and Beyonce just came out with their records, and everybody talking about how whack they are. But they changed the algorithm.
Latifah had a whole record called,
Unity.
Yeah, Unity. And she came off. Who you calling a bitch? Like, Harmony Love, Ladies First. And they spent them records. They got airplay. They was on the video channels.
And now, in order for you to rap, like they had this new girl, I saw her name start with an L or whatever. She wasn't rapping about her box. But how many songs do I have to hear about a woman's vagina? I know we all have a vagina. You know what I'm saying? And once in a while, that's cool. But every single female, I got to hear about your vagina. Is there any other thing that we can talk about? Please.
It's the same thing.
Or do on Instagram. Every time I see a chick, she always taking that ass on Instagram.
That's who you follow.
Yo, it's chicks, not for nothing. I told y'all before that Heather Hunter, shout out to Heather Hunter, but she told me, she said, yo, back in my day, when you seen girls that was showing their ass or, you know, in a bikini, they either was in the sex industry or they was models. Like, they either way, they was getting paid. These girls are doing this shit for free. They just go on their Instagram for, I guess the money now is a view, is a like. It's a like, that's the money. And so they shaking their ass, they buying outfits to wear in their crib just so people could see it on Instagram. And some of these girls I see, I'm like, so what? Like, you're modeling these bathing suits and bikinis for free. Like, these models back then, they was getting paid to do it. The video vixens was even getting bread. Video girls don't get money like that no more because you got all these girls that's willing to do it for free.
And the Insta girls too. Like, at the end of the day, what Mr. Bondz is saying is true, because there are girls that, you know, with the views, with the reels and the OnlyFans and stuff, there are girls that are getting paid for, you know, showing their body. But the whole thing is like, what about your spirit? Like, it's nothing like being able to look yourself in the mirror and feel incredible. And when you're always, you know, over sexualizing yourself, and when you just diminishing yourself, looks and your outfit and shaking your butt, like, what is that for your spirit? And I even noticed that in the stand-up comedy realm, it's beyond just the music. It's our culture as a whole. I'm watching so many comedians, down to men and women, just over-sexualizing their jokes. Like, everything is for shock value and what they people want to hear. But true artistry is not about what you think people want to hear, and it's about you being true to yourself. So
that's the lowest chakra. All right, Babs, you still there?
I'm here.
All right, Barry, before we get out of here, what you wanted to say about Roe versus Wade?
All right, Roe versus Wade is that I don't understand how us as the people that give life are ones that want to take it so frivolously. And you see that in all walks. You see that with black on black crime. You see that just like with this killing right now. I would bet my whole life that whoever it was that pulled that trigger was probably a black person. And the thing is, if we pull it over just something as simple as mayonnaise, and then we go into these doctor's offices and we get rid of our babies, we've been at 13% for the last 30 to 40 years. How do you stay at 13% of the population for 30, 40 years when the Mexicans have come over here and they're at 34% right now? 34, they've lapped us. Almost, damn, they've lapped us twice.
Well, you know what I'm saying? That's not fair, because now you're talking about border issues, because they come here in caravans. And then don't forget that we don't be allowing visas to as well, because, you know, you see what happened with the Haitians that tried to come here. So, and I'm not sure if 13% is still an accurate number. You get
it's 12, 13%.
Well,
12%, 13%. Look it up.
I can't agree with those statistics because I ain't gonna take the list. But what I will say is that a lot of it is purposely done. That's it.
It's purposely done, but we're doing it to ourselves by having these abortions frivolously. 68% of the abortions that happened were just because of irresponsibility. It wasn't because of life-threatening. 0.5% of the time, there's abortion that happens because of rape and incest. So why is that 80% of the arguments that we have? Why? Why are we arguing about that 80% of the time rather than talking about the 68% that happen to people who have them due to being irresponsible? And 34% of that are people that have one or more abortions, previous abortions.
I know two.
So we gotta quit it all together.
I know two girls, they were sisters, and between them they killed a small classroom. One sister had 7 abortions, one girl had 9 abortions. Like, they're using it as contraceptive. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna stay out of it, you know, because
But can I ask Babby this, look? How do you feel though as far as the men? Because it's gonna be a lot of fathers out here that
don't get me started
that are
on
not
them.
forced. They're like, the women are being forced to have the child that the man helped make, but he's not gonna be forced to be in this child's life. Like, so how does that balance out? How do the men tell the women, you gotta have these kids? I hear you. You like, yo, we need more black people. I hear all of that. But my thing is, okay, now what's up with the fathers? What's the laws for them? So
Well, the fathers right now are getting hit by child support. They're getting taken to jail. You know, a lot of fathers out here, that's a $51 billion industry every single year.
That's not in every state, because I'm gonna tell you, in New York State and in some states, the father have to sign a birth certificate in order for them to say that they're the father. They won't even issue child support unless you prove paternity. And then you can't even force them to take a you can't force them to take the DNA. They got to do it if they want to. So now what about that? With all these men that's going to be sleeping with women, not signing the birth certificate, and now they get off scot-free.
But why?
Now, I will say that. Go ahead, look.
Why can't before sex a woman say, "Can you put on a condom"? Like why everybody have to be out here having unprotected?
Why can't a man say I'm gonna put on a condom? The baby in his nutsack.
That's funny.
The
I can't
baby
have
is
sex
in
with you if
his
you don't
balls.
open your legs.
I
can't have sex with you unless you
That's
open your
the
legs,
whole
babe.
fact. But the baby is in your
That's
balls,
not
and if
true,
you
Gary.
want to give it to me, and if you want to give it to me, and that isn't true all the time because it's men that force the legs open.
Yeah.
But we're not even talking about that. But if you carry the baby, you carry it, and you insert it, and you could put a condom on, you could pull out. You chose to keep it inside. Why is that on me?
One, because it's in you.
Both
I'm
of y'all.
putting that in
You
you.
put
You
it.
have to open
You
your
put it.
legs for me
You
to have
put it
sex
in
with
me.
you, babe.
But you put it in me. You put in the what God gave you. God gave the men the babies. Y'all carry them. You choose where you want to plant your seed. You choose that. You can't say because you open your leg, I'm just gonna shoot it. I'm gonna plant my seeds anywhere in any dirt. Every dirt ain't good dirt. We know that.
Why have we having unprotected sex? There's a story in Kenya where there was a man who knowingly knew he had AIDS and was sleeping with mad women over in Kenya on purpose. And I think it was something crazy, like 30 women or something like that. And because he was a white man, and they saw this, and my thing, and I am a woman, we have to carry some responsibility. I'm not sleeping with a man without a condom. You understand what I'm saying? And it's not even,
we all need to have responsibility.
It's not even the pregnancy issue. I don't know where
men poke holes in condoms too. You'll be with a man and he like, yo, I'm a lock down.
You gotta be a bad bitch.
She ain't gonna never be. Look what he's saying. She ain't gonna go nowhere. I'm gonna poke these holes in the condom. You gonna think everything is sweet till your period don't come.
That's only delegated to Taraji Henson and
These dudes is
Fantasia
grimy.
Marino.
But how many
I think
cases
it's gonna force
that is going around?
I think this is gonna force people to be more responsible, right? Like, let's stop having like these frivolous interactions with people just because. Like, this is gonna cause you to be more safe. This is gonna cause. Now, my question to you, Barry, is how do you feel about the women that are victims of sexual abuse or where they were put in a compromising position? Or what about the women who, there are some cases, if you have I think it's called a topical pregnancy or something like that, where you need an abortion. In those cases, are they going to still provide those services for women, or is it just?
Yes, there's certain states.
Yeah, they are. I read it over the weekend. They're still going to allow those type of procedures to happen.
Right.
But the thing is, it just it has to be life threatening. Now you got to see that only 0.5% are of the case of rape or incest. Only 4% are the type of case for life threatening. You got to look at the statistics. They got the statistics online. I reviewed them all over the weekend because I was ready. Because I said, let me get my gun fully loaded. Somebody asked, boom, there it is. You know what I'm saying? Fully educated on the situation. Now, I do agree that process or that procedure needs to happen for those who are in danger of losing their life. It's either the life of the baby or the life of the woman. If she's going to lose her life through childbirth, then yes, you definitely need to have that. Let's go ahead and have that. But not just because, I'm popping doing Henny in a plan B. No, if I'm out here having hot girl summer or having city boy summer, you know what I'm saying? Nah, we need to stop and curb that whole behavior.
But what about the father who had a hot boy summer? He don't got to take care of his kid?
Yeah, he definitely does need to take care of his kids, straight up. Because I was once one of those dudes back in the day.
You need to know his name. That goes back to having sex with people without even knowing their full name. How you going to get your rights handled if you just having sex with a nigga that Instagram name, Big Daddy 0347? Like, what is his real name? Be in a real relationship. Know who you going to be laying down with. Like, I'm not saying anybody is perfect, but we are all adults. And now, because of this, it's going to make people hold each other more accountable. Stop with these casual interactions. Like, it's about sharing your body. It's more than that. It's your mind, your body, your spirit. When you have sex with somebody, it's more left in you than semen, okay? So learning to respect your bodies is going to be very important now, because you're not going to be able to just pop the Plan B or go to Planned Parenthood and get rid of the baby. Now, would also be taking care of people that are sexually abused? Like, if you have a rape situation, like, will they allow abortion?
Certain states, they're passing them now. Certain states are with that, and certain states aren't. You know, when it comes to incest, when it comes to child rape, when it comes to, you know, those specific things. But as a whole, people are using it as a contraceptive. Majority of the people who are having don't fit these circumstances. The girls who I know that killed the small classroom, that wasn't, you know. I know girls who had abortions up to when the baby once in your stomach, that's murder.
Yeah.
Cause yo, I know a girl who had a baby. I know girls who have babies before the babies are fully developed. And that child could survive in an incubator, or if that child could survive if it was born right now, have an abortion. That's murder, bro. I'm sorry.
Somebody got to
survive outside your stomach. That's murder.
I know someone.
Yeah, I feel that's definitely murder. And the fact is that people are going outrageous for it right now because they're taking it away. You only want what's taken away. When someone takes something away from you, then you want it even more. You want it even worse. Think about prohibition and alcohol.
I'm going. Now you want me more. Now, I know somebody had an abortion because she already had a, when she found out that she was having another boy, she had an abortion. Now, that's selfish.
I know somebody who did that too.
Oh, yes. Barry, Lady Luck, y'all right. When it comes to people.
Let me say this real quick, Lissa.
Huh?
I'm going to say this too. I feel like every woman should have the right to, you know, her body is her right. So let me make that clear. But I will say this, is that I don't like how they make abortion seem like it's just this little procedure, because it's not. It's a major procedure. And it is women out there that have had abortions early on, and then later on in life when they wanted to have children, they couldn't have it because of the abortions that they had early on in life. So I'm just saying, make sure that you know all the details. You know, it's not just some small procedure that you're getting. And that's just how I feel. And I feel like if they're going to force the women to have the baby, they need to force the father to step up. And that's how I feel, because the fathers don't physically have to be there. They just say, hey, give us money. And that's crazy to me, because no matter how much money you giving, you still need help. So the fathers need to step up and be in their children's life if you're going to be out here having wild night and wanting to have a hot boy summer.
We also need to be more selective of who we laying down with, because if you wouldn't want to have this person, you shouldn't want to have sex with them.
Oh, and if you young,
talk
if
to him.
You a minor,
wait
a minute too. If you a minor and you have sex with a girl and you get her pregnant, I think that the parents should be forced to pay the child support for the boy, because he's young, he can't really get a job. I think that his parents should be forced to pay to step up, because he's a minor. You got to pay. Like, because if I got to help my child I'm taking care of my grandkid. My kid need my help. So you got to step up too as a grandparent too, because you didn't teach your son the right thing.
Well,
that's what I think.
The argument could be you didn't teach your daughter the right thing.
It is, and that's why I'm stepping up to 50%. But what about your mother? What about your mother, guys? He didn't. Your mother and your father. Maybe your father wasn't in your life, and that's why you doing this dumb shit. And that's the fault, the whole fact on why the fathers need to be there. But you don't get a pass, and your mother don't get a pass because you got a son. Because if my son had a baby, I'm gonna tell the girl, bring me my grandkid.
I think we're traveling I think we're traveling in muddy waters when we go over that one, because you know I think case by case it might be different, because young people
that's how I feel. I don't care.
Young people have sex.
Man, listen, they know how babies are made. Period. So I'm not talking about young people not having sex. I'm talking about the fact that you know how babies are made. And so your age don't get you a pass. Because my daughter don't get a pass. They don't. If the law don't say, "Oh, she's a minor, so she can have an abortion," so why should he get a pass?
I think my 13 years old and she just had a baby, right? And she said that she has sex because she wanted to know what it felt like. And in that first time she's 13 and the boy is 13. She ended up having a baby. And I spoke to my uncle and I said, well, are you going to make the boy pay child support? He said, no, I'm going to let him be a kid. My uncle stepped in and it's because he got money. But regardless, I think that what Babs is saying is true. Like, everybody should be held accountable. Everyone, not just the woman, not just the men. And this law being taken is going to make us hold everybody accountable. Men, though, that don't want to be fathers, they're not going to shoot up the club. Women that don't want to be mothers, they're not going to have sex so freely. It's going to make us hold each other accountable and understanding that it's not just as easy as buying a Plan B or going and having an abortion, because like what Babs is saying, it's not a simple procedure, and mentally it does something to you as well when you have an abortion. It's not just like, oh, no, it does something to you. It does something to your mental health. So at the end of the day, this is going to make everybody hold each other accountable. Parents, children, everybody. It's different conversations needed to be had. I'm in my 30s. My mother had sex conversation. My mother, I'm a mother. Before this or whatever, I make sure that I've been talking to my daughter about her body, understanding that her body. My mother always did tell me my body was a temple, but she didn't really explain so much that I needed to understand at a young age. It took me in my adulthood, but I'm making sure that I'm gonna break that generational curse. When my daughter found out that her cousin was having a baby, she was appalled. She was like, "What do you mean she's having a baby?" So it's just like, if you knew better, you would do better. So we need to do better.
I would just say that we're in unprecedented times right now. I feel like our country is going into a whole another run we haven't visited yet. I just would say, bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, stay prayed up. You know, at the end of the day, get close to your maker, whoever you believe in, because we're living in pretty dark times right now, and things, you know, we were hopeful and them to get better. We're about to go to the dark.
Hey, look, 1,000 a day. They're having 1,000 abortions a day. Black women are having 1,000 a day.
Well, you know the.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something real quick. One of my close friends, she said, "Yo, they got me." She called me one day. She said, "They got me." I said, "Who got you?" She said, "The bitches in front of the clinic." She said she was going to get her abortion, and them chicks hit her. "Don't kill your baby." She called me. "They got me, yo." She got her baby now, yo. Her daughter just turned 16 years old, and that was 16 years ago. Like, so shout out to the mothers that changed their mind too. But just shout out to all of the women, period. It's your body, you do what you need to do. But you know, just think about the choices that you're making. You know, that's really it.
With abortion, none of us would be here. We wouldn't be on this thing right now.
Yeah, but you know, and
Pay that in mind.
And, you know, me and my girlfriend was talking. She was like, "What about the kids who was born in poverty or they're born in terrible situations and things of that nature?" You know, I still don't feel, man. Whatever, man. Look, y'all do what y'all need to do. It's your body. It's your business. I'm just staying close to God because I know I read a lot, and I'm not trying to be the person who is on the soapbox. Because I seen what happened to everybody else who stood on the soapbox. So I'm not the person who's going to be doing that. I would just say that on the surface, Wade versus Roe is not about us at all. It looks like it. It looks like it's for everybody.
Right. It don't concern us at all.
Versus Roe has nothing to do with us.
Yeah, if they're only a matter of time before they overturn like same-sex marriages is what they're saying, right? Like that's going to be the next law that they're going to try to overturn. So I don't know.
You have a lot of blue states who will do things, you know, because right now they're saying that they're going to allow states to handle it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
right anymore, and there was a governor from Texas, and he was like, well, then let's visit Brown education. And where we had gotten to the discussion earlier about everybody separating education. If we separate but equal and we get the same budgets as the other schools, or we stop spending $1 trillion on possessions and start reinvesting in our own communities, then I feel like that's how we can heal what's going on. So this could be a time of change for everybody. You know what I mean? I personally believe, like, there's a town called Freedom, Georgia, and it was 19 families with 19 acres of land, and they want to build a town that is a safe haven for Black people. And they said, "Yo, we don't feel safe in other places," so they still building that now. I feel like if we invested in it and we buy, property in that neighborhood, then we could start somewhere. But we don't know about Black. We don't know
Black.
Huh?
Whenever Black people get collected,
What you say?
I would say create this space. They might do the same thing that they did to Black Wall Street. Whenever Black people collectively come together and start building, white people get nervous. And speaking of white nervousness, a lot of people are saying, there's a woman named, I think her name is Jane
Elliott.
Yeah, I love her. So she was even saying years ago that, white people are the reason why they want to eliminate abortion is because the white race is depleted. So as they're watching their race deplete, that's what they really care about. They care about the fact that it's about to be a switch in the system where now the minority has become the majority. So in order to correct that, they like, well, let's end these abortions because it's these white women killing their white babies and a lot of white women having babies with Black men. So that's why they really want to eliminate the abortion. It's not about helping the population as a whole. It's about increasing the white people who are, dying because they're aborting their children.
But what about Margaret Sanger, who started this whole Planned Parenthood stuff? For some of y'all who don't know who she is, I mean, she was a eugenist. She was a white eugenist back in the early 1900s. She started Planned Parenthood, put them in all the Black neighborhoods. And yeah, that was because she said,
and that's why
quote,
they made
I'm
the
trying to get rid of
abortion-free.
feeble-minded. We're trying to get rid of feeble-minded people. And that's why abortion was started, because they're trying to get rid of feeble-minded people, meaning you, I, and other races that aren't white, that aren't Aryan. So while you're going down here fighting for Roe v. Wade, just know that it was started by Margaret Sanger, who was against feeble-minded people, was a eugenicist and a racist, okay? Read it, look it up, it's all facts.
And also, ladies and gentlemen, don't be fooled. There was videos that came out and they went viral a couple years ago how they're making money off of these aborted babies. So before they just used to whatever, now they take the babies out intact and they are selling the organs. And
can I ask you this? Do y'all think that, can I ask y'all this? Hold up, I want to really ask you this because this was always weird to me. How, if you're a minor, you need to get your parents' permission for any medical procedure except an abortion.
Because they trying to,
and they told
you could walk into a Planned Parenthood and you don't need your parents' permission for them to give you an abortion.
That's true. But
and
for a tattoo.
Yeah, you need it for any other medical, really, they can't do because this is a serious procedure. People think like this is just like, oh, I'm going to see my regular physician and they're going to give me, some cold medicine. Like, no. So what happens if your kid get an abortion, you didn't know, when they come home and they get sick, they have complications because of this abortion? Yeah. You had no idea. You didn't give them permission to do that.
But again,
that was always weird to me.
But again,
that's fact. Right. That's because they want you to kill. They want you to get rid of your fetus, your baby.
But again,
and they hoping your Black ass died. They wanted to eliminate our race, but then their girls started going to these Planned Parenthoods more than us. So now it's like, oh shoot, we gotta correct this action. They
You know what I hate? I hate being pro Black as being racist or radical. You know what I'm saying? And I don't fault Trump for being pro-white. You gotta represent your clique. It's just that we have to be more pro-Black. gentlemen, this has been
Trump 2024. Let's go.
yo. Okay.
Wait, what? Wait, that?
No, listen.
Turn his mic off. Thank you for
Trump 2024. Let's go.
Got a shopping to do. Can you please let the people know how they can stay in contact with you before you go with your 2024 commercial?
Yeah, Trump 2024. Let's go. I'm representing for all the Black Republicans. Now, don't hate it before you research it, okay? The first African Americans in Congress were from the Republican Party. The Republican Party was started back in 1856 because the Democratic Party, which was already established, wanted to continue and move slavery through the North.
And from Andrew Jackson. And Andrew Jackson was one of the worst presidents we've ever had as far as the Trail of Tears and everything. Andrew Jackson was a disgusting racist, and he started the Democratic Party.
Thank you.
Acknowledges Michael and Janet.
Well, I mean, now the reason why I'm saying Black Republicans is because if we want to see change, we need to do it from inside. We need to come in just like we've been in the Democratic Party and start coming inside and affecting change and being the people, or being and prevent start speaking on the things that we want to see happen in this party as well as in this country.
Andrew Jackson, a $50 bill, but also, please do remember that we know about Black Wall Street, and it's the most popular one, but you got to read about Central Park. You also have to read about Williamsburg, North Carolina, where majority of the politicians there were Republican. The Republican Party was for us. Now, a lot of these wild Republicans that's out there right now, they are absolutely insane, but at the same time, it's about economics, people. If you want to fix anything in any community, it's economics. That's why the Asians come here and they understand economics. They don't have to vote and march and all that other stuff because they understand what the game is that we playing here. Republicans are about economics. You get what I'm saying? I know there's wild stuff about guns and the voting laws and all that other stuff because some people, they come and they represent a certain party and they push their agenda. But you got to understand where majority of it came from. So I that's why I implore everybody to please do research. Please just look something up. Like, you know, and somebody had wrote to me, oh, well, if we're not learning about slavery and our ancestors that built this country, you know, where are we going to learn from where we start? We can start learning about the Moors. We can start learning about Mansa Musa. We can start learning about how we taught the whole world mathematics. We gave the whole world everything. Even if you go look up Socrates and Plato's, where did they go study? Egypt. When you look up Jesus, when Jesus left from the time he was 13 and he came back healing everybody, where did Jesus go? Egypt. You have to understand where all of this technology comes from. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to understand your world, follow the money. That's it.
Exactly.
Follow the money. I tell all y'all to go, if you got YouTube, you got a couple hours to listen to somebody with a strange accent, and it's going to be very boring. Go look up the history of gold. Go look up the Stone Age, the Gold Age, the Iron Age. You'll learn about where people came from and how things were changed. How 1492 was just not about Christopher Columbus. A lot was going down. And in the late 1400s is when the Songhai, I keep telling you about it, the Songhai Empire fell. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not sitting here. I'm not racist. I don't want to overthrow anybody's power or anything like that. I just feel like people need to know the history of the world and what's going on right now. Then you will understand there's still wars going on and being fought that were going on in the Bible. Like something as simple as you not knowing that in 7 years, like with your credit, if something's on your credit for 7 years, you know, you could call and dispute it. Just like when you commit a crime after the statute of limitations, that's from the Bible. 7 years in the Bible, they say if somebody owe you for 7 years, forgive that for you. You get what I'm saying? There's certain things that's still going on, but because we are on this application right here, because we are so distracted by other things going on, we're not learning the history of the world. That is why we are where we are right now. So all I'm saying is, ladies and gentlemen, there's plenty. We are in the age of free information. And until that free information is changed, because they're coming for that too. Until the free information is changed, y'all need to go start just looking up stuff. Just read. I didn't know all of this. Nobody called me. Now I had certain homies who was on that frequency, but a lot of stuff I learned, I went and go researched on my own to figure out what's going on. And it's a lot going, yo, everything is upside down. Every single religion, except, you know, I would say except for Islam, because their Quran is written as a song, so the words have to rhyme so that it will never be changed. So that's how you know that that book is in its original form. But outside of that, so much has been changed. Christianity has went through so many changes. Go look up Constantine. Jesus, yo, Constantine was a pagan. So people think that, you know, we all go to church on Sunday, but Sunday is literally worship the Sunday. You know what I'm saying? But people don't know that. Like all of our holidays that we celebrate is pagan holidays. Like there's so much mumble jumbo Santeria. I went into a botanical and I see, you know, the black statues and then I see the white candles, and they don't even understand that in order for that religion to be smuggled out of Africa, they had to combine with the Roman Catholics. So a lot of people who study in Santeria now, and they calling on Oshun, and then they calling on Saint Michael, you don't even understand that these things were sewn together. Like nothing is in its original form. We are so lost as a society. So I don't want to be the one sitting here. Like, I want the black community to fix themselves. I want the white community to fix themselves, because they have not been taught their true history as well. They haven't been taught their true history. I'm the all lives matter person, because I always tell you, if an asteroid came, it don't care who grew up near the equator. We all out of here. I'm worried about.
Because it's only one race, the human race.
I'm more worried about the forever chemical that they finding in our waters, and millions of us are affected. That forever chemical don't care about Roe vs. Wade. That forever chemical does not care about the guns. That forever chemical is affected rich, poor, black, white, orange, green, gay, straight, all of the things that we worried about. We need to unite and worry about the right things. That's what I want to do. I want to erase racism, because it was created for certain people to grow, you know, to elevate and grow forward. And I can't be mad at those people for uniting and getting that job done. What I could be upset about is like, yo, now that we see what's going on, now it's time for us to unite as a community and do what we have to do. I don't want to overthrow nobody. I don't want to go fight nobody, nobody neighborhood. I just want the health of my community to be better. That's
right. Us to be great, black excellence. And that's what that's what I strive for. And that's what I'm going for with this Black Republican, because I want people to be able to think outside the box, outside the democratic race, and be able to start thinking about the money, start thinking about advancement, start thinking about pulling your own yourself up from your bootstraps and getting up on your own. Everybody came out of 2020, out the pandemic, starting their own businesses, doing all of these things, becoming more capitalist. We need that. We need to move further in that. We don't need people telling us, no, just chill. We're going to give you subsidies. We're going to give you welfare. We're going to give you all of these things. You ain't got to do nothing. We don't need that no more. We need education. We need motivation to get this dollar going. That's what we need. Follow me over at the Black Republicans on Facebook. My name is Bondz Hustler on Instagram. Follow me. Come see what I'm about. Don't knock it till you try
it. And above all, the forever chemical
that they were saying, like, you know, because what you were just touching on, I was going to ask earlier, but I forgot what you made me remember. They were saying that the Democratic Party was created for complacency, to make people comfortable, so they don't want to have business. Like, no, take this welfare, and then to get the welfare, you say that you don't know the child's father. Like, all of these things is like they're giving it to you so that to make you lazy, to make you not want to, like you said, pull up your bootstraps and get it on your own.
Look this up. The Moynihan Report, 1968, it found that taking the fathers out the home really paralyzed the black family, destroyed and paralyzed the black family. Look this also up. Is that Lyndon B. Johnson back in '69? He said, if I can get these, if I can pass this civil rights bill, I'll have these niggers voting for Democrats for the next 50 years. That is a true statement that he made. Look at that. I'm trying to tell you guys, don't be fooled by all this democratic liberal bullshit. They trying to keep us stagnant and complacent and on our knees.
Shout out Lil Mama in the building. They pacify you and they give you certain things. But again, I am not against my white brothers and sisters, Asian brothers and sisters.
Me neither.
I'm not against any of them, because I have some Caucasian brothers and sisters that treated me better than my melanated brothers and sisters. What I will say is that there is a forever chemical in your nonstick pans, in your water, and all of the things that we use today. DuPont is responsible for so much of polluting our water. We need to worry about and it's attributed to low birth rates. Look at all of the people right now. The food is poisoning the people. That's why mental health is at an all-time high. So while we sitting here fighting each other, white and black people, we are all dying because of the
facts.
food.
One final thing I want to say. Somebody just said in there that slavery killed the black family. Slavery did not kill the black family. From 1920 all the way up to 1960, we had 93% intact family rates. Welfare killed the black family. Don't get that twisted. Look it up. 93% intact family rates up until 1968. Look it up.
Yo, everybody keep talking about reparations. What if I told you
that's already been done? Section 8 welfare, free health care, that's already been done.
What if I tell you that America don't want to give you reparations because they don't owe it to you? What if I told
But they gave reparations to the slave owners that lost their cattle and lost their employees. They gave them money to make up for what they was going to lose. So, I mean,
watch this. Listen, watch this. Let me just do the math right quick. If you give me your daughter, right, and I pay you for your daughter, and now she's my slave, do I owe her reparations? You do. You got paid for her. A lot of us not ready for that discussion, how our brothers and sisters sold Africa. And they was even talking about it. It wasn't on the news like that. One of the guys over in Africa, one of the big politicians, was like, they owe us reparations. White people, they don't be telling the story. White people ain't come to Africa with the guns blazing and shooting everybody down. And we gathered our brothers and sisters and took them to the shore.
Yeah, we was in all different tribes. And think about it. It was all different tribes, and those were prisoners from different tribes that they said, okay, East Africa, let's go ahead, or West Africa, let's go ahead and get them up out of here. They're tribal over there. It's not about, oh, you black, I'm black, we brothers. It's not. It's tribal. What tribe are you from? If you're not from my tribe, I don't know you. We're not even kin. We don't even rock. That's what it is over there.
On high tribe, Barry, two brothers was fighting each other. In order for them to fund their war, they had to gather up. Let's get out of here, bro. Listen, go look up the Song High Tribe. Look up, there's so many things for y'all to look up. And again, I'm not promoting hate. I'm not promoting any of that thing. Only thing that I want y'all to understand and realize is that we are all brothers and sisters. We just have to know, like, in the community, like, y'all my cousins. People are cousins. I need to worry about me and my brothers and sisters in my house before I go take care of my cousins. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a long show on the Big Egg and Cheese Show. We thank our honorary member, Barry Bondz, for pulling up. And we out of here. We'll see y'all Wednesday, man.
Yeah. Later, Barry.
All right, Babs. I love you. Liz, I love you.
Love you, Barry.
J.P. Morgan owned slaves. Go look up J.P. Morgan. Had a slave ship. J.P. Morgan had a slave ship.